Alright, so let's have a look at this HTML track tag because that's the one that we are going to use later. Now, track tag allows you to put in some subtitles, some caption text into your video frame. So we're going to copy this one, right? Paste it in over here. And let's scroll down a little. And these are the attributes supported by this tag. One is default. So assume you have multiple tracks or subtitles. You can select one that is selected by default, that will be used by default. Okay. So example like this. Assume that this is another file. You can set a default, right? You got the kind of text it is displaying. You can have a caption, chapters, description, metadata, subtitles. Now, given the case when it is a subtitle, you need to mention whether it is English language, French, or all those language. Okay, as you can see over here. Okay, EN and Norwegian. Now, you can have a label, and most importantly, you need to have a source, a reference file for your track. So I'm going to just set it like so. Okay. Now moving back to our exercise instructions. No. Wait, yeah. I'm missing out something. So directly after the two video sources in video, okay, let's just move on to this specifications. We have CP, caption text. We have a captions. We don't need this English. We have a label of movie captions. Set it as a default track. Yeah, so save this. So here it's done. Okay, our job here is done, and let's move on to the text that actually contains our captions. Okay, so for the captions, we have a specification to abide to. So let's just come over here into MDN, Web Docs, Mozilla Web Docs. I'm going to copy this one, paste it in. And you can see that our video text track begins with this web VTT, followed by a space line, and then the timestamp, a beginning, and end before the actual caption gets displayed. So let's just have a look here. What does all this number represent? Timestamp. Okay, so we have two formats for timestamp. Minutes, and then second, milliseconds. The other one's the same as above, but it has a prefix of hours. But our case doesn't really extend for hours. It's just less than 15 minutes. So we'll stick to the first format, okay? So let's just say that I want it to begin and all the way to 5, right? I'm going to save this and see what happens. Oh. Wait a minute. I'm going to save this. And yeah, you can see over here, never drink nitrogen. Never drink liquid nitrogen. Okay, this caption, it will go from here all the way to the 5th. Yeah, then it ends. Now let's have a look at our specifications. Okay, number 7. So we have a title. We can begin title So this is not going to display anyhow on your video frame, but it is meant just for your own reference. Okay, you can put in whatever text you want to over here. You can put in, let's say, number 1, and then the second one will go by number 2. It's meant to be some reference for the developer. I'm just going to put in title over here. It begins with 0.5 all the way to the 5th second, right? And then it will have the content of D hat red dance. It has a class tag of title. Has got a line attribute, and line and align. Line is set to 10% and align is set to middle. Okay, so what is this line? Let me just put the colon here, right? This is what we call as the views, the Q settings. So Q settings, you got the line here. Okay, so your attribute will be the key itself followed by a colon and then a value, the attribute. Okay, the next one you have is align, but let me just explain a little over here, right? So for vertical alignment, you have, this is expressed using a line. Okay, so referencing the top border 0%. So from the direction of top all the way down, from top down direction, you can see that the percentage increases downwards. Okay, so if you have a item that is supposed to be placed at the bottom, you will set it to a high value of say 90%. Okay, if you want it to be aligned to the top, then it will be somewhere around 10%. If you want the horizontal alignment, which is expressed using position, okay, you want it to be placed somewhere here in the middle, then you will have 50%, right? If you want it to be at the leftmost, it will be somewhere 10, or to the rightmost, somewhere around 90%. So this is the way the coordinate system works. Alright, and if you want to have at the top, then it will be some 50-50 perhaps. Okay, sorry, on the top it will be 10% and then 50. Okay, line 10 and then position 50. That should be right. Okay, regardless, for the other one we have the alignment. Okay, so for alignment, let's have a look at this example. If I say I have some, you can see that it is aligned to the start. For this case, example, aligned to the left. We have aligned to the middle and aligned to the right. Now when you align to the right, you can see that all the text increases from this leftmost border. Okay, so that is what is meant by aligned. Now coming back to here, we need to place the attributes right after our timestamp, and that's done. For this class, we do have this thing called class tag, which is somewhat different compared to what we have in HTML. But you can see over here that for our video text track, our VTT file, you can actually make use of several simple, more general tags like italic, bold, underline. Okay, you got the Ruby, this one not so relevant to us, and then this is a voice tag. So commonly we use underline, bold, italic, and class tag. Now class tag, it will be associated with your CSS class later on from your CSS file, and you can style your item accordingly. So I'm just going to set it in for this, the hat rack dance. You have a class and dot title. Okay, express using a dot. So that's done for this first track, and let's move on to the next track, which is, let me just copy over here, which is a subtitle from 5.5 to all the way to 9. And it should have a caption placed at 10, align to the middle. Okay, the text here is from royal wedding. Okay, and then setting the this bunch of text within italic tags. Finish. So finish here, you will have it at the first minute, 5 seconds, all the way to first minute and 11 seconds. Mark containing, okay, so example, see more videos at Cinema Penguin. Enclose Cinema Penguin with I. Okay. And the caption is at 80 line, which is at the bottom. And the alignment, okay, next you have the position, is at 90%. And the alignment should be at the end. Okay, the left, the right alignment then. Okay, similar to this, the right alignment. So I'm going to save this, and let's have a look at the output. Yeah, let's try to compare. Hat rack dance. You can see that this is italic. Then let's move on to 1.05. You see this one over here, see more videos at Cinema Penguin. And yeah, that's your caption there. Now, let's try and see what happens if we were to put this to the start. Or rather, let's just say this one, put it to 0%. And the alignment should be at the start. Yeah. You can see it's stick to the very top, and it's aligned to this guy over here. Next you have 10% middle. Yeah, the middle here. If you wanted to push it all the way down to 90, then it should be right at the bottom. Let's scan for, yeah, the royal wedding. So just some experiments, okay, just to test things out. Yeah, and make sure you do not miss out on this format, because if you miss out one letter, it will not appear. Okay, so that's one thing one bug that I faced during the preparation of this file. and your timestamp format has to abide strictly to this. Okay.